Wow. Another one. Another nail biter, man. What a game. Just what a game. I mean, that was insane, bro. Eddie Pinheiro, baby, at the buzzer, man. Damn, soccer style kicker. Reminds me of Automatica, Martin Grammatica, baby. What a game. What a game. But all due respect, man, we all knew it was going to be like this, you know? We all knew it was going to be like this. That was the best game I've seen. Forget the fact that I'm a 49er. That was the best game I've seen all season long so far. Two very similar teams, although I think the 49ers have a lot more talent on paper. Two very well coached teams on both sides of the ball. Just using their offense to just dial up the clock, slice up the clock, keep the other defensive team off the field. Both defenses playing lights out. I mean, on both sides of the ball, man. Just for a second, forget that I'm a 49er fan. I just want to say, man, that is a really well coached and underrated Cardinal team, man. I mean, Mac Wilson Jr., that's like the best game I've ever seen him have. And holy shit, my hat off to them. That's a hell of a good team. Man, the NFC West is crazy, bro. What a win. What a win. What a friggin' win, man. Listen, first off, foremost, Eddie Pinheiro, thank God for you, man. Jake Moody, I wouldn't have felt good with that. I don't care if that was 27 yards. I would have covered my face and ran inside. The hell with that shit. But great win, man. Let's give thanks to where thanks due. Other than one bad pass, Mac Jones hung in there tough today, man. Got that jersey ripped early. Again, started out slow, got it together, really took control of that offense on that final drive. If you guys didn't see that final drive, please go back and wherever you get your highlights. Jones took control of that drive at the end. Just doing the whole calm, 40 seconds, 30 seconds. We only had, I think it was 2 timeouts or 3 timeouts. I think we had 2 timeouts or 1 timeout, whatever the case may be. Offense getting on the ball, spiking it. Magnificent drive at the end. My hat off to the offensive system, to Mac Jones, to the offensive line for holding together at when it counted most. Pooney, Colby, McKivitz, Brendel, Williams, the always valuable Christian McCaffrey, the always valuable Kyle Juszczyk. Kendrick Bourne came up huge. Yo, let's talk about what, and I'm not trying to be, I'm sure you guys saw it too. Let's talk about what I've been saying. Ricky P is legit. He's legit. He's arrived. We knew this from the end of last season. So watch after this week, his name will come up everywhere. Watch after this week, D. Winner's name will start coming up everywhere. Hats off to Michael Williams coming back on the defensive side of the ball from the injury. Hats off to Huff filling in nice for Bosa. Hats off to Collier Davis, Alfred Collins, D. Winners, and Fred Warner. Listen, you're going to say what it is. That's the best. That could be the best combo in football right now. You got ferocity in Winters, who looks 10 times more just, I guess, overall composed this season. Fred Warner is just not normal. It's just not human. Fred Warner could go down as the best linebacker the 49ers have ever had, or in the top 3 for sure, when his career ends. What a game. Also, too, let's talk about the defensive backfield, man. Holding people in check. I know Harrison Jr. had a drop. I know DeMarcado had a drop, but that defensive backfield, I thought, played good, man. They have held it together for the first 3 weeks of the season, as have the rest of the team. No Purdy, no Kittle, no Bosa, no Ayuk, no Juwan Jennings, okay? And, whew, what a win, man. What a win. Again, hat off to Coach Shanny. I thought he orchestrated an absolute offensive genius game. I loved what I saw from the offense when they got themselves going. little dink and dunks, little taking up that clock. I think Mac was like, what, 5 of 7, 6 of 8 at the end of that first half. We knew it was going to be this way. We knew it was going to be a hard-fought win, as the first 3 games have been. And these are the games that great teams win. They don't dump games like this. Last year, this 49er team would have had trouble with a win like this, but that didn't happen this year, okay? Despite of all the offseason moves that a lot of experts had hinted at that was going to be such a difference, despite of no Dre Greenlaw, all the other players they lost in the offseason. Listen, this group of young guys coming in, getting done right away. Siegel, Pinnock coming over in the offseason, great veteran pickup. I love what I'm seeing from these guys. Upton Stout, Jair Brown had himself a game today. I thought he had a nice blitz on Kyler Murray. Look, man, they contained Kyler Murray when they had to. John Connor's an animal. John Connor's not human. I hate to say this. I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but when John Connor got hurt, man, I hope that injury is nothing serious. That didn't look too good, but John Connor made a difference. All the difference. Not him not being there made all the difference for sure. That guy does not go down. Okay, he haunted us last season, so that is a hell of a good Arizona team right there. Okay, I think they're better than the Seahawks. I think they're a lot better than people make them out to be. I think they're a lot better than I thought going into the season. You know, Gannon's a good head coach, man. Kyler Murray is legit. You know, whew, what a win, man. What a win. That safety sucked. Tell you the truth, the safety rules are kind of ridiculous because I thought that we had Kyler Murray in the end zone. He backed all the way up. I thought that was a safety. I don't know what the refs were talking about. Yeah, brother, I watched it, dude. Holy shit. That was crazy, dude. That was just K. Grissar, man. That was just what a win. What a win. But just an overall good win. Everybody contributing, man. Hats off to Morstead for pinning people back inside the 5 and then the 10. Hats off to Sky Moore. I believe he had something like, I forgot how many yards he had on return. Came up huge. Oh, the juice, dude. The juice was squeezed today, baby. The juice was squeezed. Listen, we've been saying it. I think me, you, and a couple other people have been saying for how long now? Throw the ball to Juice. You see what happens, man. You see what happens. Oh, what a win. What a win. 3-0, top of the NFC West. Rams lose today to the Eagles in what a game that was. I saw only the highlights. Seattle absolutely pasted New Orleans, so they're 2-1, and then we give Arizona their first loss. So we're atop. Everybody else is 2-1, and we have Jacksonville coming up, and hopefully we got people coming back from injury. Let's hope Nick Bosa's injury is not too serious. I haven't heard anything other than he was walking on it gingerly when he came out of the game. You saw him get the thumbs down from whoever was up in the box. Maybe medical telling him, we don't think it's good enough to go. Although I will say this, I've had two ACL injuries, 2 surgeries, 1 on each leg. They're both good as new, thank God. I don't know if he did. I don't think he did an ACL. It looked to me that he just kind of got his knee twisted, maybe. Was walking on it gingerly. Could be a hyperextension. Could just be a deep bone bruise. Could be a strain in the hamstring, perhaps, because he was putting weight on it and he was trying to get it going. But hopefully it is nothing serious. But I got to say, everybody filled in phenomenal. We'll get to the stats in a second, but everybody filled in today. That's the difference between last year and this year. It's no disrespect to Nick Sorensen. It's no disrespect to 2 years ago with Steve Wilkes, but you're seeing what a difference in a defensive coordinated genius like Robert Saleh makes. This is where he belongs. This is what he does. If he needs any more of a bright light to tell him, dude, you are a defensive coordinator's coordinator. This is where you belong. You don't have to be a head coach. It's all good. Some of the greats aren't. Some of the greats are offensive or defensive coaches, and that's what they're remembered for. Shit, I was watching that Cowboys documentary, and you forgot how great Norv Turner was when he was an offensive coordinator. Saleh is a master defensive coordinator. He called a master game, especially despite a couple players. Losing Bosa was huge. Huff steps up. D. Winters is a friggin' wrecking ball out there. D. Winters and Warner is just, I mean, this is crazy, these two. How quickly they've gelled together. How about that defensive backfield? They didn't give up much. I mean, we're gonna look at the stats, but I liked what I saw, man. I liked what I saw. And look, penalty wise, I don't think it was that bad. Again, I'm gonna look at the stats, but I like what I saw. That's who Kyler Murray is. He's going to skitter-scatter. He's going to get away. He's a very talented quarterback with his feet. He's very good at extending plays and kind of feeling where the softness is on the field, even when he's coming out. Trey Benson's not a bad play. They got a good team right there. That's a good Arizona team. So far this season, what I have seen is we have beat 3 good teams. I don't know what people are talking about when they say soft schedule. Yes, it did look a tad bit easy, but let's talk about what we see in person on TV, or if you're at the game, thank God, what you see in front of you other than what we see on paper. And that's always the difference between things. These are 3 good teams the Niners have beat so far this year. A Seattle team that absolutely put an ass whooping on a New Orleans team who's up and coming, or, not there yet. Beating New Orleans last week in a tight one, and then this week with Arizona. I mean, three tight wins. And again, it's games like this that you need to win. Teams like this that you need to beat, even though you're at a negative when it comes to injuries. You don't have everyone. You don't have Purdy. You don't have Kittle. You don't have Ayuk. You don't have Juwan Jennings. You didn't have Bosa. Okay, so, you didn't have – Pooney didn't start in that game. No, I'm sorry. Pooney did start, I think. Colby started. So, Colby – he looked like a little bit of a rookie today at times, but then again, he had Josh Sweat lighting up across from him. I think that was the one of the only sacks they gave up. But other than that, I like seeing these young kids play. Mac Jones. Mac Jones threw one bad pass. Let's face it. Mac Jones got hit, hurt, jersey ripped, hung in there. Mac Jones is heart, man. He's hard. And you see what a difference it makes when a quarterback has a great coaching staff around him and a great offensive system. So let's get to some stats here. Whew. What Stacy Mess, man. Damn. I don't know about you, man. I haven't had it's like, I live on the East Coast, so I've been dealing with the Yankees. I've been dealing with the 49ers, the stress the Yankees cause you. The off season with the 49ers, the preseason, all the bullshit that you read, the large amount of bullshit you hear from these so-called journalists just spewing toxic garbage about this team. And then we get to the game and it's been 3 weeks of stressful, but really, really well deserved wins, man. So I don't know. I love what I'm seeing from this team. I really do. I think that they are just showing, they're showing the rest of the league how good they really are, how good they're going to be as the season progresses, man. What a win. Let's just look at some stats right now. Kyler Murray, 22 with 35 for 159, only averaging 4.5 yards per, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We sacked him once. The defensive pressure, I think, was there for a lot of the time. Their offensive line actually, I thought, played a lot better than I thought they would, because offensive line has always been sort of their Achilles heel for the last couple of years. But, they did a good job of protecting. What's your take about the amount of injury? People in social are hating the coaches, blaming injuries and for me in a high context. But Chris, you're 100% right, bro. Let them blame. Listen, you can't blame your coaches for what happens on the field. I'm sure that there's a little bit of, players taking inventory of themselves in the offseason, what they're doing, of course, and hopefully, that's always on the up and up. So far, I haven't heard anything that these guys haven't done that because they all look like savages. They all look big. They all look strong. I mean, Bosa is a wrecking ball. Hope he'll be okay. McCaffrey is a physical, just specimen and then some. And so has Purdy the last 2 seasons, working out really hard in gym, and so is Kittle. So again, injuries are going to happen. This is a high contact sport, like you said. It was just funny today. I can't compare obviously what I did to these guys. I only played high school football. But I remember, I think I was telling one of my family members today, playing high school football, you're sore after every game. I can't even imagine what these guys go through. Forget college. That's a whole other division. But now, in how fast this game moves with the talent and the speed and these guys. I mean, the hit from Mac Wilson Jr. on McCaffrey had me like, I was like, ooh. At first I was like, was that helmet to helmet? I'm like, no, that was a clean hit, but that was a shot. So we got to imagine that like over and over. So yeah, man, injuries are going to happen. It's just unfortunate that it struck us a little bit more, but I think it's going to be okay. I really do. Trey Benson, 10 carries, 42 yards. Kyler Murray, 6 for 37. James Conner only had 22. It seemed to me that he had a lot more because he was just carrying people. When he went down, things changed. Marvin Harrison Jr., 3 catches, 44 yards. Trey McBride, 5 for 42 and 43 and a touchdown catch. Zay Jones, 2 for 25. Again, a good thing the defensive backfield held. Obviously, this isn't a bad Cardinals team. Other than Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride, they don't have, any real, I don't want to say any hardcore receiving threats, but they don't have like a legit number 2 or 3. There's Michael Wilson, there's Zay Jones. But Greg Dortch, too, isn't a bad wide receiver out of the backfield. They use him as a gadget man. But this, again, defensive backfield held this team in check. I mean, look, he only threw for 159. They've been relying a lot on just balanced sides of the ball. And I think the defense has carried Arizona over these last couple of weeks. Let's see. Mac Wilson, I keep calling him Mac Wilson Jr. Mac Wilson Sr., 12 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 passes defended. Go back and check out the shot he hit McCaffrey with, man. You heard that shit. And he knocked down the pass. That guy is legit. And obviously, he must know Mac Jones well. They both played together at Alabama. Akeem Davis-Gator came over from the Cincinnati Bengals. He contributed with 8 tackles. Jalen Thompson's good. Buda Baker is probably one of the top safeties in football. Let's see. Who else? Josh Sweat, they got him, big money guy, big money veteran coming over from the Eagles. He had the sack on Connor Colby. Who else? Let's see. And I think, they did get 3 sacks. Okay. Yes, Sweat, David Tomlinson, and Mac Wilson. I'm sorry, no, only 1 sack. The last one with Calais Campbell wasn't a sack. And, of course, the one bad pass that Dadrian Taylor-Demerson picked off. That was the one bad Mac Jones pass of the day. Other than that, I don't have a problem with anything I saw. Okay, Chad Ryland missed that field goal early on. That helped out. Let's get to the Niners stats a little bit. Let's see. Whew. Jesus. Ladies and gents, what a game. What a game. 2 words, Mac Jones. 2 words, Eddie Pinheiro. 2 words, D. Winters. 2 words, Ricky P. 2 words, Christian McCaffrey. Man. Woo! Mac Jones was 27 of 41 for 284, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was only sacked once, 83.8 rating. Also, too, most importantly, I think, again, back-to-back weeks are very similar. What did we say? Intermediate passes, went deep to Pearsall, went for the farm and made it nice. But other than that, we didn't see him go deep. He played within himself. I got no problem. Other than that one pass that Mac Jones threw, I thought he played phenomenal. I thought this is the best he's looked in probably 2 years. McCaffrey, another hard-fought game. Let the experts say what they want. You didn't get 100 yards. He had 100 total fucking yards, okay? This is McCaffrey. This is what he does. He doesn't have to get 100 yards on the ground every game. You don't have to do that. He's a dual type of player. He's a once-in-a-lifetime type of player. He's a physical specimen. He looks great. He'll only get better as the season progresses. 17 carries, 52 yards, averaging 3.1 hard-fought yards. Let's talk about Brian Robinson Jr. Came up big when it counted the most. 2 carries, 22 yards, 11 yards per average. He had that nice long run at the end there. Mac Jones, of course, not a scrambler, but that's okay. Let's talk about Ricky Pearsall. 8 catches, 117 yards. His second 100-yard game of the season. Yes, go tell the experts, the so-called experts, go tell the journalists, go tell everyone that Ricky P is legit and the real deal. Okay? Christian McCaffrey, 10 catches, 88 yards. Racking up stats, my man. Racking up stats. Nicky Ducks, you know it, bro. You know it. Kendrick Bourne, my boy, baby. 4 catches, 38 yards. Love that guy. Underrated as a mofo, dude. Tough catches. Made a huge catch on that first drive. I put it up in the highlights. 2 weeks in a row, he's come up with 2 big catches. Great signing. He belongs here the rest of his career. We drafted him. Love him. He's a rough and tough wide receiver. It's great to have him back. This is where he belongs. Jake Tongas, listen, 2 catches, 21 yards, but you got to give this guy credit. He has filled in admirably for George Kittle. Not an easy job to do. Sky Moore finally getting his cherry broken to wide receiver. 1 catch, 10 yards. Sky Moore, hat off to you for your return game today, looking good. Valdez Scantling, 1 catch, 9 yards. Hey, man, whatever. This is what he's a veteran. He's a veteran. He's a big, tall guy, makes catches. Mac did his thing. Yo, Nicky Ducks, that's what I'm just saying, bro. This is what he does. I'll take it all day long. I don't care. I don't care if it's, slow and whatever people want to say it isn't. It's not exciting. I don't give a shit. 3-0 speaks loudly, okay? And look at Mac Jones' stats. So all these other haters could say whatever. Jusek, 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. Please throw the ball to Jusek more, as me and Kay Grissa are always saying. On the defensive side of the ball, Fred Warner leading away with 11 tackles. Fred Warner is the best linebacker in football, hands down. Nobody even close to him. Nobody even close to what he brings to a defense. And I'm not just talking about tackles and going side to side and front to back and covering receivers and covering running backs out of the backfield and covering tight ends. But I'm also talking about the cerebral ability he brings, the intensity that he brings, how much better a defense is because of him. Oh, man, we pumped up Grissard. Holy shit, like 6 espressos. A win is a win. Screw him. Exactly. That's all that matters, 3-0. I can't wait to see the son of a bitch that starts saying, yeah, but who've you beat? Okay, go look around, okay? And if you haven't watched those 3 games this season, don't tell me that the 3 teams we didn't beat were at least good. Because they are. They're underrated. Every team we've beat this season underrated. Even myself, I got it wrong too. I thought that Seattle was going to be a bust. I thought that New Orleans was just going to be very in the same place that the Titans were. But not the case at all. Not the case at all. D Winners, 8 tackles, right behind Warner. Pass defended. This guy made a huge tackle, huge game-saving tackle. Sam Okunwino, I always fuck up his name, I apologize, had that nice tackle at the end. I think it was Murray he nailed, or DeMarcado. Caught him by the leg. It could have been worse. 7 tackles. Guys played well even last year. Marquise Siegel, 7 tackles. This guy, the fuck did this guy come from? Right behind him is Upton Stout with 5 tackles. Bryce Huff, back-to-back weeks, back-to-back sacks. Oh, I don't give a fuck if the Eagles won. The Eagles must be kicking themselves for giving him up, and so are the Jets. I don't care what anybody says. What about Freddy Krueger? Yeah, dude, that name is so funny. It fits perfectly, right? He's a fucking nightmare for offenses, without a doubt. Jair Brown had a game, I thought. We were kind of on the question mark with him. A lot of haters. I saw him coming out of the blitz there. He got after Kyler Murray early on, 4 tackles. Renardo Green. Let's talk about Renardo Green. My man looking like a veteran. He's only getting better. And think about the receivers that they faced the first 3 weeks. Najiba Smith had a great game. I think he had 9 catches, 142. Chris Olave didn't have a bad game last week. and Marvin Harrison Jr., another solid wide receiver. So this defensive backfield has seen some very good receivers thus far, and it's only going to that's just the league. That's how much talent there. It's only going to get better for them. I think the more experience they have. Jason Pinnock made a hell of a tackle today. Another good veteran, Lenore Hyena. One of the best corners in football. Jordan Elliott had himself a nice run stuff. Michael Williams, man, again, may have not had a sack, but I saw a lot of good things, a lot of pressure, a lot of speed, a lot of technique. I think he's only going to get better as he goes along. I can't even imagine what he's going to be like next year. CJ West contributing again, everybody contributing. Sky Moore, two returns on the kickoff for 61 yards, averaging 30 yards per. Yo, Sky Moore, thank you. Hat off to you, man. Hat off to you. I love that the kick return game is back. Even returning punts, he had averaging 8.7, right? Obviously, the game ball goes to Eddie Pinheiro, right? Game-winning 51-yard field goal. Thomas Morstead, 2 punts inside the 20, 1 inside the 10. He's so valuable, such a veteran. And then just breaking down some team stats, man. I want to just see how we did. I haven't had a chance to check out all the stats yet prior to talking to you guys, which I really like to do in real time, break it down. So let's see. It was very even, I thought. Very even. I mean, we outdid them in yards, 355 to their 260. You wouldn't have really known it because it other than the passing game, I think, is where we had the advantage on them. Total drives, both equal at 10 apiece. Passing yards, our 282 to their 154. That says a lot for Mac Jones and our wide receiving corps via not having George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Jennings. Okay. Both teams had one sack. Rushing yards. Now, again, listen, I'm not always right. I don't know everything. I usually say when we hold teams under 100 yards on the ground, we win. Second week in a row that we have not held a team under 100 yards. And I'm sorry, second week in a row, yes, that we haven't held a team under 100 yards and we're victorious. Hey, I'll take it. Again, analytics aren't always everything, right? 1 for 4 in the red zone, something we got to improve upon. Penalties, again, second week in a row, only 5 penalties. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. 1 turnover, 1 bad pass. Possession, Cardinals held the ball a shit ton longer than we did. They're 34 minutes and 39 seconds to our 25-21. Woo! What a win. What a win, man. Oh, man. I can't say enough about this team. I love this fucking team, man. I just love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing, man. And and think about all the other things going on. I don't know if anybody was checking out that Ram game. I'm on the East Coast, so I was watching the Jet game, although I have access to every game, thank God. But I tell you the truth, I was checking out the Jets, and then I was, I'm not, I hate the Rams and the Eagles so much to watch either one of them, but obviously I'm happy the Rams lost so we could take first place in the NFC West, but it's been a strange game, a strange week all around, a strange day all around. I mean, even from what the Saints took from the Seahawks was strange. The Minnesota Vikings, right? So, look, 3 weeks in, and I think this is what we expected. Other than we would have had all the starters, everybody healthy. Yeah, we win all 3 of these games, maybe by a longer, more points scored type wins. But hey, look, 3-0, man. 3-0 with Jacksonville coming up. I mean, again, Jacksonville, a team on the right track to improving. A lot of weapons. Nothing is easy, as we know in this league. There is no easy games, right? Schedules are what they are. We'll be at home again next week. The word is Purdy will be back. Let's hope that Nick Bosa is okay. Let's hope that Jawan Jennings is okay. Let's hope that everybody is back to 100%. So, wow, I can't wait to see the press conference for this one, man. This is huge. This is huge. And now you'll start to see the news will be out there. The 49ers are for real. Yeah, no shit. People are always looking for they need to beat this team to be free, and it doesn't always work that way. Being where we are right now with injuries, these were 3 hard-fought wins. When you're 3-0 in our situation, you'll take what you can get. But furthermore, the rest of the league is on notice that this team is legit with legit talent. I don't know what else you need. I don't know what else the haters and the non-naysayers need to see from Ricky Pearsall, from D Winners. I've seen enough. And it goes to show you what good comes for a quarterback when he's under the tutelage of not just a very good quarterback in Brock Purdy, but also Kyle Shanahan and the offensive system that he's in. Imagine, if you will, and I'm not just saying this because of the 2 wins, if we would have drafted Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance a couple of years ago. Just putting that out there. But anyway, Red and Gold faithful, what a win. 3-0, top of the NFC West. This is where we belong. This is the way it's going to be this year. And again, this team hasn't even hit their high mark stride yet, and they won't for probably till week 9. So let's hope for the best when it comes to injuries. And I look forward to this press conference. I look forward to hearing a lot of the good news. I also look forward to hearing the hopeful, positive news about Nick Bosa. Peace.